Well, Robert Mueller's testimony had the potential to be historically explosive, but in the end, it left more questions than answers for a legal perspective. Let's bring attorney David Bruno. David, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's first talk about this. I want to play you a soundbite, and this is kind of the initial bombshell of the morning that kind of got was taken back in the afternoon. And this was, of course, Ted Lieu from California. I don't think we have that soundbite, but I'll tell you what he said. He goes, "Let's play that then, please. Thank you."
I'd like to ask you, the reason, again, that you did not indict Donald Trump is because of OLC opinion stating that you cannot indict a sitting president, correct?
That is correct. I want to add one correction to my testimony this morning. As we say in the report, and as I said at the opening, we did not reach a determination as to whether the president committed a crime.
It all comes down to that obstruction of justice question mark. What did you make of the clarification by Mueller? And what does this mean for President Trump when he leaves office eventually?
Sure. There's a lot of criticism on Mueller right here on this point because he could have come to a decision one way or the other. And a prosecutor, his decision was to prosecute or not prosecute.
Right.
And he did neither, but he elected to lay out 10 things that could be obstruction of justice. And he made clear he's relying on the OLC, Office of Legal Counsel's directive in the DOJ that a sitting president can't be charged.
Right.
Okay. But you cannot have this conversation without talking about what AG Barr and Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein did after receiving that report, because they took that and they were the big boys to make the decision. They made the decision. They said that there was insufficient evidence to prosecute obstruction of justice, and they're the ones that really slammed the door on this charge here in this administration.
I definitely got the sense from Robert Mueller. I watched all of it yesterday, as most of us did, and I got the sense that he was really trying to stick to the report, stick to the law, and he didn't want to go backwards. They kept asking him about the origins of the report. The Republicans did, the Steele dossier, Christopher Steele, and he really didn't want to go backwards in that. And then it kind of came to light that maybe Mueller didn't really write a lot of that report. Do you think the next step going to be for these Democrats to start calling in some of the investigators that worked for Mueller, some of the other special prosecutors, if you will?
Yeah, possibly. They have this subpoena power. But what's the next step for Democrats?
Yeah.
They're going to try to get clarification on executive privilege. And that's what they really need, because let's talk. Don McGahn has claimed executive privilege. Executive privilege and work product has been claimed in the census issues.
He's mentioned in the report.
That has really put up a stopgap for future testimony. So that's that. And then also, when you talk about Fusion GPS, dossier, and origins, we have Inspector General Michael Horowitz looking into the FISA abuse.
Right.
And also Connecticut, United States Attorney Durham.
So the other
investigations. And
that's what Mueller was saying. He's like, he really did not want to jump into ongoing investigations, which I took as someone that is a lawyer that knows the law, knows his place, and at this point in his career wanted to kind of keep it clean, if you will.
Sure. He could not. He could not because of the pending investigations. While Steele dossier was mentioned in the report, I think the overriding interest was going to be pending investigations. That's why I can't talk.
I got to ask you one more quick thing on Mark Zuckerberg. The FTC, there's an antitrust investigation now. They didn't want to depose Mark Zuckerberg when they were chasing them for that $5 billion fine. What did you make of that? They wanted to get their investigation wrapped up, it sounded like.
Sure. Makes sense because of the settlement. Yeah, the settlement was announced $5 billion. That's a billion. Big number, right? So they looked at it. They thought that they were going to have a legal fight if they were going to try to depose him, and they opted for the settlement.
Right.
Mueller made the same decision, and it was discussed yesterday about subpoenaing Trump.
Yeah.
He said, I thought about it, but I didn't because it would have took too long.
Thank you so much, David Bruno. Always great to have you here. Lauren, over to you.